The Young and the Restless Spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is a wildly chaotic Wednesday in the soap world, and we have so much ground to cover. I hope you've got a massive cup of coffee ready because things are getting absolutely unhinged in Genoa City today. Let's just jump straight into the madness. So, let's talk about Patty Williams. Honestly, I've been staring at my screen for the last hour just trying to process what we just watched, because the level of delusion with this woman is off the charts. And I know, it's Patty. We should expect this by now. But somehow, she always manages to surprise me. She is back in town, and she is already making herself entirely too comfortable at Dr. Markham's house. Like, why is she just hanging out there? The boundaries in Genoa City's medical community are literally non-existent. And the conversation they had today, it was a complete mess. Patty is just casually standing there talking about the intrusive thoughts invading her mind, and she actually starts teasing Dr. Markham. She's practically taunting him, hinting that she's a massive danger to everyone around her, which, let's be real, she absolutely is. We all know her history. We all know what she's capable of when she gets it in her head that Jack Abbott belongs to her. But to just stand in a doctor's living room and treat her own dangerous psychological state like it's some kind of cute inside joke, it's chilling. And it's so classic Patty. But Markham? Oh my God. Don't even get me started on Dr. Markham. What is this guy's deal? He is supposed to be a professional. He's supposed to be treating people, but instead he's caught up in this bizarre, toxic alliance with a woman who has a documented history of severe instability. And he actually has the nerve to tell Patty that he doesn't want to play psychologist with her while they're arguing over her master plan. You are a doctor. That is literally your job. But no, he's too busy trying to manage his own shady schemes to actually provide any kind of medical care. It's infuriating, but also it makes for great television, so I guess I can't complain too much. So they are bickering back and forth, and Markham decides to hit Patty where it hurts. He actually admits that Jack and Diane's bond is a lot stronger than they originally predicted, which, yeah, no kidding. Jack and Diane have survived literally everything, including Diane faking her own death for years. Did Markham really think a few bumps in the road were going to permanently destroy them? But Markham being Markham, he has to stroke his own ego. He smugly tells Patty that he is making excellent progress with his new patient, meaning Diane, unlike Patty, who is failing miserably at getting anywhere near Jack. And you can just see the rage bubbling up inside Patty when he says that. Because if there's one thing Patty Williams cannot handle, it's being told that she is failing with Jack Abbott. It's her ultimate trigger. She immediately fires back, completely delusional, arguing that her reunion with Jack is absolutely going to happen. She talks about it like it's a prophecy, like it's destiny. And then she drops the hammer. She looks Markham dead in the eye and tells him that she is going to fiercely protect this plan to the bitter end, and if she doesn't get what she wants, she is going to take everyone down with her. Let that sink in for a second. She is going to take everyone down, including Markham, and honestly, I believe her. When Patty threatens to burn the house down, she usually means it literally. She has nothing to lose. She has spent her entire adult life fixated on Jack, and she is not going to let some arrogant therapist stand in her way. But Markham isn't just going to roll over. Oh no, he decides to play hardball, because Patty's claims about her recovery have obviously been massively exaggerated, probably by him. Let's be honest. He threatens her. He tells her that he could very easily change his medical recommendation and have her locked right back up in a facility. Boom. A direct threat to her freedom And you guys, the tension in that room, you could cut it with a knife. Patty obviously hates being threatened. She despises feeling trapped or controlled. But Markham is just as defensive, arguing that he hates being threatened too. They are basically two villains in a Mexican standoff, neither one wanting to pull the trigger, but both holding a loaded gun. It's such a clunky, messy dynamic, but it works because they are both so incredibly selfish. Ultimately, though, Markham caves. He agrees to keep their deal intact, probably because he knows Patty is crazy enough to actually ruin his life if he crosses her. And then, just as you think the scene is going to end on that tense note, the soap gods deliver a classic near miss. Because who suddenly comes walking up the stairs from the basement gym? Diane Jenkins. Wait, can we just pause for a second? Diane is working out in Dr. Markham's basement gym. Since when is she living there? Or at least comfortable enough to be sweating in his basement? The living arrangements in this town are so weird. But whatever, she's coming upstairs, and Markham goes into absolute panic mode. He practically shoves Patty out the front door before Diane can see her. The timing is so ridiculously tight, it's almost comical. Like a second later, and Diane would have been face to face with the woman who just slept with her husband. The explosion that would have caused, honestly, I'm kind of mad we didn't get to see it. But the writers are clearly saving that confrontation for later. So Diane walks in, completely oblivious to the fact that her worst nightmare was just standing in the foyer. She asks Markham who he was talking to, and Markham, sweating bullets, comes up with the most absurd lie I have ever heard on this show. He tells her he was on the phone. Okay, fine, believable. But then he says he was on the phone ordering her sedatives. I'm sorry, what? Ordering sedatives over the phone? Who does he think he's talking to? The pizza delivery guy. Yeah, hi, I'll take a large pepperoni and a bottle of heavy tranquilizers, please. It is such a stupid, panicky lie. But the craziest part, Diane actually buys it. Or does she? Because this is where the episode gets really interesting, and honestly where I start second-guessing everything. Diane is not a stupid woman. She is a master manipulator. She has survived Victor Newman. She has survived Phyllis. She has survived being dead. So does she really believe he was shouting at a pharmacist about sedatives? Maybe. She is going through a lot right now with the Jack situation. She's exhausted. She's betrayed. She's emotionally drained. So maybe she's just not thinking clearly. But then she does something that makes me think she is playing a massive game of chess. She looks at Markham, declares that she needs to completely forget about Jack Abbott, and then she starts flirting with him. Yes, you heard me. Diane Jenkins starts faking a romantic interest in her heavily compromised therapist. She puts on this whole vulnerable, breathy act, acting like she's developing feelings for him. And she pushes him, manipulating the conversation until she actually gets Markham to admit that her having feelings for him might be a good thing. Are you kidding me right now? The ethics, the sheer, blatant disregard for medical ethics. Markham is a complete joke. He's standing there, having just threatened to lock a woman in an asylum, and now he's validating his other patient's fake crush on him because his ego is the size of the GCAC. And Diane just reels him in. She asks if they can have dinner together tonight. She even offers to cook for him, and Markham, like an absolute fool, eagerly accepts. He admits he would love that. He is completely falling for it. Hook, line, and sinker. So what is Diane actually doing here? Let's break this down, because I have thoughts, lots of them. On one hand, maybe I'm giving her too much credit and she actually is just desperately looking for a rebound to make the pain of Jack's betrayal go away. She just rejected Jack's attempt to buy her forgiveness with that Josephine Baker ring. She is furious with Jack. So maybe she's just latching on to the nearest guy who's giving her attention. But no, I don't buy that. This is Diane. She is always working an angle. I think she knows Markham is hiding something. I think she senses that he's a weak link, and she's using her sexuality and her charm to crack him open. She's going to cook him dinner, pour him some wine, and play the vulnerable, heartbroken wife, all while completely manipulating him into doing whatever she wants. And think about what this is going to do to Jack. Oh, man. Jack is going to lose his absolute mind. He is already spiraling, launching attacks on Victor with Nikki, trying to buy Diane's love back. When he finds out that Diane is playing house with her therapist, he's going to explode. The Abbott family drama is going to reach a whole new level of toxic, and I am entirely here for it. But the real wild card here is Patty. Patty doesn't know that Diane is seducing Markham. Patty thinks Markham is under her control. What happens when Patty looks through the window tonight and sees Diane serving Markham a home-cooked meal? Patty is already on the edge of a total psychotic break. If she thinks Markham is betraying her, or worse, falling for Diane, she's going to make good on that threat. She's going to burn it all down. Honestly, the writers are setting up a powder keg here. We've got Patty's violent delusions, Markham's arrogant incompetence, Diane's manipulative survival instincts, and Jack's desperate flailing. It's all going to collide, and it's going to be spectacular. I just can't get over how messy this all is. Like a few episodes ago, we were focused on the corporate stuff, Victor taking over Summer's conglomerate, the Chancellor drama with Lily and Nikki, and all of that is still happening, and it's great. But this psychological warfare happening in a random basement and foyer, this is the good stuff. This is classic soap opera trash in the best possible way. I mean, who actually believes this is going to end well for Markham? The guy is playing with fire on both ends. He's blackmailing a known attempted murderer, and he's being seduced by one of the greatest con artists in Genoa City history. He's going to end up dead, in jail, or stripped of his medical license by the end of the month. Mark my words. And Patty, I just don't know what to do with her. Part of me is so exhausted by this endless loop of her wanting Jack. We've seen it so many times. But then Stacy Hyduck delivers a line with that crazy glimmer in her eye, and I'm sucked right back in. She plays the unhinged obsession so perfectly. You genuinely believe that she thinks Jack is sitting at home, pining for her, just waiting for the day they can be together. It's sad, it's terrifying, and it's incredibly compelling. So, yeah, that's where we are at. Diane is cooking dinner for her shady doctor, Patty is roaming the streets making bomb threats, and Jack is completely clueless to all of it. I am going to need a very strong drink before tomorrow's episode, because I have a feeling the dinner date is going to give us some major revelations. Will Diane find a clue about Patty? Will Markham slip up? Will Patty crash the dinner? I don't know, but you guys better believe I'll be watching. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is Diane actually falling for Markham, or is she just playing him? And how long until Patty actually snaps and hurts someone? Drop your theories below, because my brain is officially fried from trying to figure out this timeline. I'm going to go take a nap and dream about someone actually giving Dr. Markham a medical board review. See you guys in the next update.